Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to segment 3 of Smacktalk. I'm Shawn Adams.
I'm Tony Gaglione.
We're going to start off with some NCAA football news. First thing I want to talk about is UNLV versus Minnesota. This game is heartbreaking.
All segments.
It's heartbreaking because nothing new. We still playing Bobby Houck, 2-half football, 1-half good football. Second or first half, whatever half we decide not to play is absolutely horrendous. I was at dinner with my parents. Tony was watching the game. I was at dinner with my parents. I was watching the game. First half, it's like 13-10 at one point, 13-16. Yeah. I'm like, good, we're playing this game. We're in the game. I'm like, yeah. I'm watching. We're making some good plays, hitting the A gap. Everything's fine. You know, dinner comes out. The boys playing. We're eating dinner. I come out and I walk out. And I look at the score, and it's like, what happened? Oh my God! What the? I thought my vision was messed up.
Dude, I come home from work and I turn it on right away. I'm already a couple minutes out. Cornette's already run a touchdown for like 40 yards.
Yeah.
We're up 6-0 because our special team is terrible. They can't block anybody on special teams, so the extra point gets blocked. So we're only up 6-0. But I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We score a couple more points. We make it a game at halftime. Cornette's running the ball. We're getting the ball to Jerry Rice Jr. We're making plays. Then all of a sudden the second half comes out. And it's like they dressed a high school team in place of them and decided not to play the second half because they did nothing.
Yeah.
They did nothing. They scored 10 points in the second half. The other team scored 35.
Yeah. When the score is 16-13 at halftime, you got yourself a ball game.
Minnesota just ran over them.
When the second half ends and the final score is what? 53-21. Or no, 51-23. Sorry. Whatever. That's what
I turned it off.
I'm sorry. But the thing, my biggest problem is Bobby Houck's special teams are still ridiculous. What did he do last year? He fired the special team coordinator. It's not the special teams coordinator, dude. It's you. You are the guy that takes control of special teams. You need to fire yourself.
Yeah, we're tired of watching a team show up for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking because UNLV, you know, the fans, the college students, they deserve to see something, man.
Everybody at UNLV deserves to see something. I'll be attending UNLV next semester. I want to see something.
I mean, dude, we've had like 3 wins for like the past, I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Decade.
I mean, I love the basketball team. UNLV does. They have one of the best college basketball programs in the country as far as
football.
I'm concerned.
Okay, the thing is like when they hired Houck a few years ago, he came from whatever, North Dakota State or wherever he came from.
He had NFL coaching experience.
Yeah.
Not as a head coach,
but he's supposed to be like great, and he's not great at all.
I mean,
he's horrible.
How long has he been there now?
3 years. 4 years. Yeah.
I mean, you got to give his recruiting class a time to, which he has.
Yeah, but he can't coach. He's not a coach, bro.
No, you can see that he's not a coach because at halftime you're supposed to make adjustments.
Yeah.
And he doesn't make any adjustments.
Well,
he keeps running the same A gap.
Let's run the A gap
all day long. And once that gets clogged up, he doesn't realize that you have to change the play.
Or not only
Don't
that,
run the same read option or the same draw play.
If you're gonna run the A gap, let's mix it down. Let's pull the guard. Let's do a trap block or something and change it up. They don't even do it.
It's not happening. It's basic high school running plays.
Yeah, I know Bishop Gorman's a better team.
I wouldn't doubt it at this point. There's a lot of teams that are better teams than them right now. What do you have to look up for the future for UNLV?
Tailgate.
As far as the players go.
Well, okay, we got Jerry Rice Jr. You know, name alone speaks volumes. The quarterback kid is good.
Yeah, the sophomore. I don't know his name. Apologize.
The running back, the running back is good. And the kicker. Other than that,
every line is terrible. The defensive line is terrible. The offensive line is terrible.
The defensive line is terrible. I don't know if somebody taught them that when the ball's hiked, you're supposed to go forward. Because every play when the ball's hiked, they're going backwards.
Yeah, they're getting bowled over. And
it's not like we're talking about like Alabama's offensive line.
It's not complicated to not play such a vanilla defense either. Mm-hmm. You play such a vanilla defense, and it doesn't throw anybody off whatsoever.
Yeah. What do they run, the 4-3?
It's a regular 4-3, probably cover 2 90% of the time. Mm-hmm. And people can exploit that. If you have a quarterback that knows anything about football, he's going to exploit it, and he's going to do it every play. Blitz somebody every now and then. Pull a corner in for a blitz. You have to make the quarterback rushed, and you're not doing it with your front four.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to move on. Georgia versus Clemson this weekend. Georgia was number 5 preseason rankings. Clemson was number 8. Clemson wins the game. Taj Boyd shows that he's a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Taj Boyd's going to be in the mix.
It was a close game. Once again, Mark Richt, the botched field goal attempt, the snap. This is something to throw out there. Lee Corso is now 0 for 4. Well, Georgia's 0 for 4 whenever Lee Corso picks them.
Oh, yeah? Whenever he puts their Bulldog hat on?
Yeah, they're 0 for 4. So if you're a betting man, I'd wait until like 10 minutes before the game and watch Lee Corso put the helmet on, then bet against Georgia.
Or bet with him if he picks the other team.
Yeah, exactly.
The dude from Georgia, I forgot his name.
Their best wide receiver, Mitchell, yeah.
On a 45-yard touchdown run, he goes to celebrate with his running back, jumps up in the air, comes down, and tears his ACL.
Yeah, he's out for the season now. That's horrible. He actually had a great bowl game last year.
You're ranked number 5. You lose to Clemson.
You're going to fall out to like 12 or 13.
And now you lose your receiver.
Georgia's. Hopefully they can keep it together. Mark Richt's a great coach, but once again, just disappointments. Texas A&M football. Johnny Manziel had to sit out a half. The game was kind of close for a little bit there, and then he comes in and he throws for 3 touchdown passes, and they finish 52-31 against Rice. Manziel was benched for taunting.
Yeah,
he did something like, "I ain't signing your signatures afterwards," or something like.
But
it's the same thing. Well,
the Rice defensive players.
Hold on. Who's the basketball player? Gilbert Arenas. Get caught with a gun in my locker room. Celebrate with the pistols. Sorry, Johnny Manziel, but when you get caught signing autographs, you shouldn't do this as a taunt.
He did this, money.
Oh, man.
Man, what a moron. I'm sorry. Joe Flacco came out and said in a press conference that Johnny Manziel is quickly becoming his favorite player. Why? What kind of idiot are you? I like Joe Flacco.
Somewhere around the world, Jamarcus Russell is sipping some codeine like this kid.
This kid knows what's up.
It's
ridiculous, man. I can't stand to hear a quarterback that I like, that I thought was a classy guy in Joe Flacco, come out from a small school in Delaware, rocket arm wins a Super Bowl, and all of a sudden...
I don't like Joe Flacco, so...
Well, yeah, of course, you're a Steelers fan, but, come on, hold yourself to a higher
standard. Well as the Auburn transfer, Michael Dyer.
Love this kid. If you know nothing about him, if you
transferred to Louisville.
Yeah, if you watched the Oregon game against Auburn when Cam Newton was on Auburn, the national championship game, dude who went down, he got tackled, his knee was like a fraction of an inch from the ground. Everybody thought he was down. He gets up, starts running, the Oregon team's looking at each other like morons.
Yeah.
Runs it for like 60 yards.
Yeah.
That's the kid
he had 48 yards and a touchdown, but Louisville looking good.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater is a beast.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Louisville went to the ACC as well.
I believe so. I'm not too sure.
But the Big East is gone. They were a horrible conference last year. They're a horrible conference for the last few years. But recapping some scores over the weekend, Notre Dame beat Temple 28-6. No surprise there.
Tommy Reese threw for about 350 yards in that one.
Good, yeah. What's his name? Everett Golson.
Golson.
Yeah, he's out for the year, dismissed. Northwestern beat Cal. We watched that game. It was actually 27-27 when we leave the 51s game.
Yeah, that was a close game.
And then we get there, and then Cal's quarterback is just like, "Oh, you guys playing the white? Ball for a touchdown." And then one of them wasn't his fault; it was the receiver, but Cal fell apart at the end.
UMass got demolished.
I love that word.
That's the new word on this show. Yes. Everybody's getting demolished. They got demolished by Wisconsin. It was 45-0. Wisconsin's number 3 in the nation. Ohio State number 2 beat Buffalo by 20.
Back off of probation.
Yeah, huge for them. Ranked number 2 right off the bat. They probably would have been in the national championship game last year if it wasn't for that probation because they went undefeated.
Yeah. Speaking of the number 3 team who is on probation, that would be Oregon. They continued their winning ways.
They're playing Nicholls State.
I know, but they won 66-3. I feel bad for some of these teams that these preseason. These are basically the preseason. Yeah, they know they're going to get smashed.
They go in like Tahiti did in the Confed Cup.
Yeah.
The goal is to score a goal.
Yeah,
the goal is to score some points, man. The goal is not to beat Oregon. You're not beating Oregon.
Yeah, but
it's ridiculous.
Oklahoma State won 21-3. That was actually a good game. Mississippi State, a lot of hype around how they're going to make some noise, and Oklahoma State went in there and handled their business.
I watched a little of that Alabama game. They won 35-10. That score's deceiving. They didn't look that good.
No, they didn't. In fact, a lot of people were jumping on the Virginia Tech plus 21.5 points, which Alabama covered.
Yeah,
but for a while there, that was looking like a pretty nice bet for a lot of people.
Sure.
Upset of the weekend was that Eastern Washington University beat Oregon State, the 25th ranked team. They're no longer the 25th ranked team. You're already in the top 25. They lost 49-46, a Pac-12 school. Oregon State has a
49 to Eastern Washington.
Eastern Washington probably has like the next Hall of Fame.
Do you know what their field looks like? It's Boise. It's like Boise State blue,
but
only
it's
red.
Yeah.
That is the craziest football field I've ever seen in my life.
Texas also beat New Mexico State. No surprise there, 56-7. Like I said, gentlemen, these first few weeks of football is before the conference game starts. So you're gonna get a lot of cupcakes. Yeah, you get the cupcakes.
Yeah.
Texas won 56-7. Oklahoma beat University of Louisiana Monroe 56-0.
The only good thing that I did see was that TCU LSU game.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Which was a good game. LSU won 37-27. LSU's ranked number 12.
TCU was 20. They'll probably fall out.
They're not going to fall out of the top 25 just because
they lost 25. They'll hit 25.
SEC team.
Yeah, exactly.
But they'll probably take over that 25 spot that had Oregon State.
Yeah.
Either that or they'll be at number 24. I think you're going to see teams come in, especially now that Washington just demolished Boise State.
Yeah, 19.
38-6.
Oh, dude, Washington demolished them. Another thing, too, is Nebraska, number 18. They barely beat Wyoming, a Mountain West team, 37-34. They're 19th. They're probably going to fall back a few spots. That's one of those you win and you still move down.
Yeah,
scenarios.
If you don't have a good showing, these polls, the AP poll, the coaches poll, whatever they do, I mean, it's you don't have a good showing. You don't win by 66-3 like Oregon did. Your stock doesn't rise. You're supposed to beat these teams by 50 points. That's why you play them. You run up the score. Unfortunately, for those small teams, you get the score run up on you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like
just
UCLA beat Nevada 58-20. The only highlight is that UNLV scored more points than Nevada this weekend.
Hey, all right, by one.
like 3, whatever.
Whatever.
But yeah, like Tony said, when you're a good team and you play these lower division, these cupcakes as they call them, you're supposed to beat them. Not only are you supposed to beat them, you're supposed to dominate them. Your star player is supposed to have like 140 yards receiving, 200 yards rushing. Your quarterback is supposed to have 4 touchdowns, and your defense is supposed to look dominating, which a lot of these teams do. Oklahoma, these teams do. And then you get a team like Oregon State who plays Eastern Washington, and I don't know what happened, but I would love to watch the game tape. I would love to I'd love to know what the kids got to watch today or tomorrow before practice, the game tape, because.
Quick question before we move on to segment 4. Does Northern Illinois crack top 25?
Oh, yeah. BCS Busters last year, definitely.
I like it.
We looked at their schedule after the game.
Yeah.
They'll have Ball State and Toledo in back-to-back games. Those will be kind of tough. And then they have Purdue in 2 weeks.
I think they can dominate Purdue.
Yeah, but they should be able to run through the MAC schedule.
Yeah.
Although what I worry about is that they do suffer a loss. I worry about a Marshall. Northern Illinois, like one of the cheat bowls. Yeah, because Marshall will probably win the MEAC.
Just really bad. And I agree with you because last year they lost to Iowa in the opening game. Then they rattled off 12 straight wins.
Yeah,
and that's what put them in the BCS game. If you go undefeated now that you beat Iowa,
yeah.
They're not a national championship team.
No.
However, I would love to see another MAC team, or I'd love to see the underdog. It doesn't matter if it's Northern Illinois. I'm not just going to be a homer. Any team that goes undefeated deserves to be in a BCS game, in my opinion.
Depending on.
I can't wait for the playoff system.
Oh, I love it. I love the playoff system.
I can't.
We got one more year of this BCS garbage, and then we're into actual football.
Everybody has hope.
Everybody has hope because
even Northern Illinois can win a national championship.
Well, not only that, with the playoff system, Tony, it's going to be like the NCAA tournament. You can have these lower ranked teams. They don't have to go to the championship game.
No.
They can make it to the semifinal or the quarterfinal.
You come out balls out for that one game and play like you never did before. They're going to be there almost every year. You're going to get recruiting.
Play like Eastern Washington,
exactly.
State. Yeah.
You're going to get recruiting. You're going to get scouts looking at your players now. I mean, you're going to get fan attendance. It's huge. You're going to make money for the university.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for watching segment 3 of Smack Talk. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn Adams. Stay tuned for segment 4 and our weekly top 5.
Thanks.